Making my way downtown, walking fast, faces fast, and I'm homebound. And I need you.
Amouage Jubilation 25. My first love in the fragrance space when it comes to niche and when it comes to the brand of Amouage. This for me is a legendary must-have staple piece in my collection. The incensey resinous nature of this fragrance completely changed my perspective on Middle Eastern fragrances. As a matter of fact, scratch that, it actually opened my eyes to the Middle Eastern DNA, which is something that I truly wasn't familiar with, especially when I first started this whole fragrance journey. This fragrance set it off completely in me realizing how amazing resinous, smoky, ambery nuances can be on a regal level. And then it's followed up by something like Amouage Jubilation 40, the beast from the West. This fucking thing is gnarly strong, and for some reason, the more that it's sat on the shelf, it's just gotten progressively better. Also, very incensey, resinous, smoky, beautiful. But the fact is, both of these fragrances are OD expensive, considering this one is hovering around the $500 space at the moment. But of course, the cloning kings over at 𝐷UA came out with their interpretation of Jubilation 40, and that's 𝗙𝗚𝐿 40. So this is fresh out of the mailbox. I want to do a side-by-side comparison to see if this $520 fragrance can be matched up by this little balling on a budget interpretation in a much smaller format. Let's see. Let's roll, man. Play music so we can check out Jubilation 40's budget interpretation and see how close they truly are. Blessed morning, my beautiful peoples. You know who it is. It's your boy, 𝐶_𝑂. Shout out to 𝐷UA for sponsoring today's video. And I did select this fragrance because I was able to do a side-by-side comparison between them. The Jubilation brand within the Amouage space holds an amazing place in my heart. I love the fragrances. Just, you can come out with another Jubilation as long as you keep it in the same space and don't make it redundant. Sign me up. I'm gonna get it. I am a dude who likes the interpretations and the originals. I like having them both in the collection, especially for my brand and how I make content. It's only right that I have both so I can give you my opinion on the comparison between two. This joint is crazy. For me, this one still holds #1 position for nostalgic purposes in the way that this smells on my skin. It's just very special to me. This one has just grown more and more to being something that is so refined and spectacularly beautiful off of my skin that the appreciation just continues to grow with this scent. But unfortunately, with either of these fragrances, this one particularly, it's really catered for cold weather. I don't find the purpose for it to wear it in hot weather. I think it's gonna be a little bit too overpowering. But were they able to get a budget interpretation even in the same bubble? We shall see. I'm not even gonna bother with the test strips right now. I wanna go directly on skin. This is a fragrance that I rock with. It's still cold as shit, clearly. So I'm Gucci wearing this as my scent of the day. I have no scent on today. So I got 3 sprays of that Jubilation 40 on deck. I'm gonna just dig my nose in it real quick just to get a... Actually, I don't need to dig my nose into nothing. Who else is doing amber and resins like this? Who else is doing amber, resins, smoky frankincense, a little bit of funk, the black currant energy giving it a little bit of vibrancy, tartness, sweetness element? Oh my God. All right, listen, you got big shoes to fill, papalote. So I'm not sure about maceration or anything on this particular fragrance. It could be sitting on the shelf. Most of the interpretive fragrances need a little bit of maceration time. That's just the shit. So let's just do a side-by-side comparison between the Jubilation 40 and 𝐷UA's 𝗙𝗚𝐿 40. Let me go back to the original Jubilation, excuse me. I mean, I just can't stop. It's fucking great.
Holy shit, I'm gonna come.
It's a little greedy. There's a carrot seedish kind of energy. The frankincense is incredible. The oud here is almost borderline funkete, but it's... All right. Let me go into 𝗙𝗚𝐿 40. Come on, let's go. Okay, I can tell you on opening is not 1-to-1. This has a little bit more of a fresher element. There's also a bitter orange kind of opening on this scent There's a lot of frankincense and a lot of resinous, but there's something medicinal and sour bitter about this particular fragrance that isn't here on that opening. So I can tell you right from rip, opening wise, it is not one-to-one. Same kind of characteristics, but this one has a bitter orange kind of herbal DNA, as opposed to this one going right into a little bit of dirty oud, resinous, ambery nature. So the oudy factor in this joint is in this same bubble, less funky, so I don't get so much of the natural oudy kind of smell. It's more of a wearable component. Yeah, this one is a lot more fresher and for the masses than this one would be. This is kind of like the entry-level gateway to this kind of DNA. It definitely isn't popping off the skin like this one is either. It is a very wearable version of this. It's kind of like an entry-level, let me open the doors before you get into the funky Middle Eastern dieselness. Let me introduce you to what this scent can potentially smell like. So opening-wise, I'm gonna say right now, ooh, this one just got stinkier. Oof. It's just a little, yeah, you gotta deal with it. That's just kind of what it is. This one just got a little funky. That oud just really fucking, oof. Opening wise, 5 out of 10. You get the oud, you get that carrot seed kind of situation. There's an amber flow, you get the frankincense, but I get this bitter orange green herbal DNA. So 5 out of 10 as far as closeness on the opening. This fragrance definitely needs some maceration time for sure, but it's very wearable. It's a lot more wearable than this one as far as oudy DNAs is concerned. This one is just getting stinkier. It's almost getting a little bit too much on the skin. It's almost getting a little caca-ish, but it's still beautiful. You really gotta appreciate oud though. This one's getting a little bit caca-y right now on the skin. Yeah, it's getting a little dirty, a little extra caca-y. The resinous nature, the frankincense, a little bit more patchouli vibes, musky, and caca-y, a little bit more. Let's see what's up with this shit. Still holding that green, herbal, bitter. The oud has really calmed down significantly on this shit. It's, yeah, I mean, that's how it's playing off. I want to see what full dry down does. It's also not popping off the skin. Definitely nowhere near this one as far as like, holy shit. It's keeping itself very kind of just chilling. This one absolutely 100% needs maceration. 100%. It's a more wearable version, which is great. That's kind of what the masses are looking for. But if you went in with the notion of getting a one-to-one interpretation, right now I can tell you from opening, it is not there. It's in that bubble, it's in that space, as a lot of clone fragrances tend to be. But as far as one-to-one, at least right now in opening, almost midsection, it is not one-to-one wholeheartedly. This is very entry level. This is very, oh, safe space. This is, I'll hug you. I'm not creepy. I don't pull up in a white van. I'm not gonna invite you in with candy. None of that creepy shit. True story that almost happened to me when I was a kid. Fucking weird.
Folks in the Sacramento neighborhood are wondering about a van advertising free candy.
Yeah, it's becoming very skin scenty, very wearable. I don't get no caca energy, which is fantastic. This one, I still love this. I still fucking love it, even with that little caca-ish energy, because you're not digging your nose into a fragrance like that. In the air, you're not getting that smell, but if you do this, this one, you could dig your face in it all day. Bright, fresh, there's a little bit of a minty, almost tea-ish, kind of fresh tea-ish vibe from this joint. Let me let these joints dry down completely. As a matter of fact, I'm going to reapply this fragrance because I really want to get more of an experience. This is not performing very well off of the skin. This is what causes me to believe that there's maceration needed for this scent. This does not need any fucking reapplication at all. So 5 and change, 40 some odd dollars. There are differences. Let me dry it down and let's see what's up.
12 seconds later.
And your boy's back. We got full dry down. Now, I haven't dug my nose into any of these fragrances. There's been a bunch of shit lingering in the air, but I'm gonna give you my interpretation, my true, honest interpretation of both of these fragrances. So, Amouage Jubilation 40 is on the bracelet hand, and then we got 𝗙𝐸 40 on the watch hand. Again, these are where these fragrances have completely dried down on. Let's start off with Jubilation 40. Gaga energy for me has reduced a very big amount. The beauty of the fragrance has evolved again. You still get that funky little animalic DNA, but it's a lot more tolerable. It looks like that Gaga was just lingering in the middle and then comes back into this gorgeous frankincense monster. All right, so let's go to, okay, this is so addicting. I love this fucking scent. I love this one. Still, this one is my absolute favorite, but whew. All right, 𝗙𝐸 40. Still light. Still green. It hasn't really changed much. It kind of stayed linear. No real oudy punch on the fragrance. Light, wearable, very easy. This one, see, this is kind of like okay, this is somewhat in this bubble of what to expect with this fragrance, but it isn't a one-to-one. This one is a lot more potent, a lot more in your face, a lot more funky and stinky, and a lot more people who are not in the fragrance space are gonna find this to be a little bit off-put. I have an idea. I'm not gonna say it. We're gonna get wifey to say it. Real quick, smell this fragrance. Tell me what you think.
I like it.
You like this one?
Yeah.
Okay, now smell this one. Tell me what you think.
It's lighter.
Okay.
I like the other one better. This one smells a little musty.
This one smells a little musty?
Yes. Or
Okay.
maybe it's you.
Do they smell... What'd you say?
Maybe
You said maybe it's me?
Yes.
Do they smell similar?
No.
They don't smell similar.
Not to me, no.
Okay. So, smell one more time.
Okay.
This one.
Okay. Wait.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, go back.
No, it smells different now.
Oh.
Okay.
You made a face. Say it. I don't care what you say.
There's an under smell.
Say.
Like a musty, like dirty.
Okay.
Like grassy, maybe? I don't know.
Okay.
If it's dirt.
Okay. So this one has a dirty, musty undersmell. Here.
Yes.
One more time. Smell. Fucking be honest. I don't care.
Like a dry mop.
Like a dry mop.
Yes. That's
Okay,
what I'm
cool. So now we're going to this one. I don't give a shit. Say what you say.
This one has a little bit of a dirty smell too, but not as intense as the other one.
Okay, so this one has a dirty smell too.
Yes.
Not as intense as this one.
Yes.
Do they smell similar at all? No, yes,
I don't
maybe,
think so.
kind of. You don't think so. So if you were to choose between the watch one, smell again,
Okay.
and now the bracelet one, which one would you
I
prefer?
would pick the watch one
The watch one.
because it's lighter and I don't get that super ugly smell I don't like.
So that was interesting because initially you liked the bracelet
I
one.
don't like the dry down.
You don't like the dry down.
No.
Okay.
You want to smell yourself?
I've been smelling myself. Now, you keep looking at me with a face. I know you're doing your makeup. I'm not going to put you there. So I'm going to give people her imitation of her face. When she smelled this one, she goes, right? That's what you did.
Yes.
Okay. Now, I'm not trying to persuade you in any way. Okay. Does it have a little bit of a caca smell?
It's like dirty.
It's got a dirty smell.
I don't know if it's caca. I think it's like
a wet mop, you said.
I don't know. Like somebody left a mop outside forever.
Okay. And the watch one.
Yes.
This one has caca smell too?
Not the caca smell, but it smells weird. What is that? It's a little rancid.
It smells a little rancid.
Yes.
Oud.
Yes.
It's oud. That's what you're getting from both of these fragrances. So watch or bracelet, which one would you prefer me wearing today? Be honest.
None of the above.
None of the above. Perfect. That's all I wanted. Thank you very much. You have a blessed day. All right, you saw wifey's interpretation and give her honest opinion. She preferred, as I expected, the 𝗙𝗙 40. Why? Because the masses would prefer this one over this one. If you're in the fragrance space and the perfumery space, an oud fan, then you would probably go for this one if you got a little bit more bank. But 90% of the people don't like oudy fragrances. They smell barnyardy. It smells almost like shit. It's not a fucking mass appeal DNA. It's for a selected audience. As you can see, she did pick this one over this one, but reality, you heard her. Which one would you like me to wear today? None of them. And that's how the real world works. I love y'all mother suckers from the heart. These are not one-to-one. This is like an entry level, get ready for this monster. And that's what you're getting from this fragrance. $540 retail versus $40 or $50 before any coupons, and they always have coupons below. I'll put a link in the description to this joint. Shout out to 𝐷𝐿 for sponsoring today's video. And let me know if you like the Amouage Jubilation lineup. And if so, what are your thoughts? I'll see y'all bitches next time. You know who it is. Biggest in the game. Smooches.
Fly gun holder, money folder, motor roller, start tack when it's time to call back. For the rough, rugged, and raw way, this nigga Jay, it's a game, but he don't play. Hey, for all the chicks that got dead in the penthouse suite on top of my mom's crib. It's nonsense you never get in. It's nonsense that you would think that you would.